entire season here in the NASCAR Xfinity Series, as I guarantee better action than what we had in the last race when we were at Dover. This is a 300-mile event here, 200 racetrack. So we get set to go here. Of course, no stage breaks from start to finish for this flag-to-flag coverage, and we will see just how all of this will mesh into one. Green flag is going to be in the air. We are starting at the rear of the field, and we'll see if we can get to the front, of course, here in this one. Started in the 35th position. 3 drivers went to the rear of the field. So we get a huge draft there through turns 1 and 2. Trying to get around these back marker drivers as quick as possible. Looking to thread it to the inside, and the door closed just before we can get there. All over the back bumper of Joey Gase right now, and now 3 wide through the quad oval. First lap of the race was led by Christopher Bell. The pole sitter in this one was John Hunter Nemechek. And now Michael Annett quickly going to get to the lead now. So we had a lead change on the opening lap of the race, and we might have one on the second lap of the race. Drafting partners turned off for this race, trying something a little new here in the Xfinity Series. Down to the outside of the racetrack, going to carry a ton of speed. Pulling alongside of Zane Smith. Quickly now up to the 18th position. As I have only moved forward here from the start. In this afternoon race, very tight, 3 wide into turns 1 and 2. Oh boy. Car stepped out a little bit, drove right through it, and we're going to gain 2 more spots. Down to the inside of Greg Golding into turn 3. And now BJ McLeod. We're going to clear both of them off of turn 4. We're up to 13. Quickly down to the inside of Noah Gragson and Ryan Sieg, just clearing both of them. They both tried crossover move. Gregson can't get by. Sieg does, as well as Greg Golding. Only 5 laps in, these tires are wearing out very quickly here at Charlotte. It'll be very interesting to see how these how the tire wear will work here. Of course, I can only pit 4 times throughout the course of the race, 4 tires. To the inside of Jeffrey Earnhardt now. Off of turn 4, going to clear. Pole sitter John Hunter Nemechek already back to 10. Hopefully his car wasn't too trimmed out just for qualifying, but that's seeming like it's going to be the case. Especially with him falling back to 10. Not even 7 laps into the race when it happened. In on Brandon Jones for 7th now. Michael Annett has led every lap here from lap 2 on, but as we are moving through the field, Cole Custer in this 00 machine is up to 7th. It has been a few races since we have gone to victory lane, so of course we're going to want to try to get it done here today, but definitely going to be an interesting one. Justin Allgaier just ahead of us. We both ran the top side in turns 1 and 2. Running just a hair closer to the wall than he is, and that's going to be just enough speed to get to the inside of him here by the time we get into turns 3 and 4. Now trying to clear him, slight contact is made. Wasn't a clean pass, but nevertheless we got around him. And now Tyler Reddick in 5th currently, but not for long there in that number 2 car. And now Cole Custer to the 5th position. 3-driver battle, 3-car battle going on for 2nd. And within a couple laps, we are going to make that a 4-car battle. Ross Chastain looking to the inside here on Christopher Bell, with Chase Briscoe just behind them. Briscoe currently the regular season points leader. We come into this race 4th in points after an 18th place finish at Dover, and out of the inside of Briscoe. Gonna quickly get by him to the inside of Christopher Bell now. We're gonna get on by Bell. Briscoe. He's trying to get around Christopher Bell as well. Side by side for 2nd down the back straightaway here between Custer and Chastain. Custer clears him into turn 3. And we are up to 2nd now. Michael Annette, who has pulled out to a 2.5 lead, will now soon start to see that lead vanquish. As despite starting at the rear of the field, we are gaining a lot of spots here early on. These tires are wearing out quite a bit though for being still fairly early into this run. Very, big factor here in this one. So we have now just caught Michael Annette, only 3 to 4 car lengths back entering turn 1. Driving it in really deep into turn 1, getting alongside of Michael Annette. Did not think I was going to close the gap that much, but I did, and we're going to clear him now down the back straightaway. So before we even get to lap traffic, we go from the rear of the field starting 35th to the lead. At the start-finish line, our 3rd lead change of the race, and it's the first lap we have led in this entire race on lap 17. It did not take us long to go from the back to the front. So pretty amazing right there. Caution is out now for the first time here this afternoon. So a lot of the drivers at the, well, yeah, at the rear of the field are pitting. In fact, everybody from 17th on back will come down onto pit road for this first caution of the race. And we will see how this will shape up. Green flag will be back in the air here at Charlotte. We elected to stay out there. Only 20 laps into this race now as the green flag is back in the air. Just a big jump on the restart here for Custer. Down the back straightaway. Already a 4-car length lead on Michael Annette with Ross Chastain behind him and Christopher Bell back and forth, duking it out with Chase Briscoe. So quickly the top three will remain 1, 2, 3 single file to the start finish line. So we continue to lead here in this one. We'll probably get to see how some of these guys halfway through the field on back will be able to drive the 4 fresh tires through the rest of this field that are on about 20 lap older tires. Gonna take a little break here from the broadcasting as we go with our version of the NASCAR on Fox. Crank it up. Well, so much for that. That didn't last very long. Caution is out now for the first time today. Sorry, the second time today. So that did not take very long. So now we got more drivers pitting. We're still going to elect to stay out here. Only got 3 laps into that green flag run before we got another yellow. So now everybody from 9th on back has pit. Green flag back in the air here at Charlotte. On lap number 28. 29 rather. Getting on to that nice early roll off of turn 2. So we have our first driver who has just DNF'd in this one. So drove it in pretty deep into turns 3 and 4. Didn't necessarily have to, but mainly did it just to try to see what would happen. I've determined on average here I have to run 40 laps, pretty easy math, on average 40 laps on the same set of tires before I pit to make it the entire race on this set. So I'm likely going to take 4 fresh tires here under this pit stop, but I might try a little pit strategy a little later in the race, try taking 2 tires a couple times to try to save the amount of laps on a certain set, because of course we have had 2 cautions during the course of this run which have helped me reach 40 laps just now at the start-finish line. A little later than what I would have if we didn't have 7 laps of caution under those 2 yellows. We have led every lap in this race since lap 16 so far, which isn't very long. But with 159 laps to go yet, still plenty of time in this one. We've got a pretty big lead for the moment, but again, all but the top 8 have pitted within the first 2 cautions we have had in this race. Will we get a 3rd caution pretty soon? I am pretty sure we will. We're going to stay out 1 more lap before coming onto pit road. So here we go. I'm going to pit this time by. Right front tire extremely low. And now we are on the rim, so we actually just blew a tire. Trying to back it onto pit road here. Luckily, I was already slowing down before that. It did get a little squirrely and out of control, but nevertheless, we were able to bring it down. No issues otherwise. And we will have a 4-tire pit stop coming up right now. So I definitely tried to stretch it as long as I could before bringing it onto pit road for my first pit stop of the race. Here we come. Hopefully we can get back out there as soon as possible. And there we go.
Okay, get back.
We are off and running. Lap down. Jeffrey Earnhardt has just taken the race lead away from Benny Miller, as you just saw on the track map there. But we are going to get on the racetrack as the leaders are trying to get back up to speed. We are going to have fresher tires than everybody else in the field here for at least a few moments. So we are now up to speed. We did not go a lap down in the sequence. We obviously lost the lead, but we will not have to fall a lap down in case of another caution. Really threw it in there into turns 3 and 4, giving it a lot of gas through the corner. This car's handling pretty well, whether I run the top side, the bottom side, or even the middle. I can run all 3 lines of the racetrack. Still be pretty fun. No longer have the clean air out in front of the lead pack as we just passed the first lap car. Squeezing to the outside of Elliott Sadler there. He kind of ran the middle, made it tight for us to run the top that time, but still made it through fine. Passing a lot of these lap cars around the top right now. We're going to quickly get to the bottom here and pass these 3 lap cars clear before we get into turn 3. Quarter of the way through the race now.
You got room. You're clear.
150 laps to go.
Careful, still bad.
Up to 25th. So we pause it here for a quick moment. Alright, we're back at it. We're good though. Don't really carry that much damage right now. Charlotte Motor Speedway though has gotten a little bumpier here over the last few years. Of course, we've had pretty interesting things going on lately. With the new addition to the Roval last season in 2018. We're looking at this. Wow, taking the outside 3 wide there. Slight contact was made. Brandon Jones to the outside, so we run to the bottom pretty quickly. Zigzagging our way through the lap traffic as we got to the outside of Austin Cindric off of turn 4. The next race here for this NASCAR Xfinity Series season will be at Pocono, but that will not be a live stream. I figure I'd tell you that, guys, that throughout this live stream, as the next live stream race in the Xfinity Series will be at Michigan. Will be the race after. To the top again, 3 wide here, closing in now on the top 10. And we are going to get up to 10. We've got some more drivers coming onto pit road right now. And a lot of these drivers coming onto pit road are the drivers that have not pitted yet in this race. So that'll bump us up to the 6th position. Jeffrey Earnhardt still currently the race leader. And I would assume he was one of the drivers that had pit under the last caution we had.
Got one down,
Jeffrey Green kind of got in our way a little bit there, so it's going to cost us a little bit of time as well. Right up next to that wall in turns 1 and 2. That'll move us up to 3rd, passing Vinnie Miller. Again, Jeffrey Earnhardt still the race leader. He's only got a 4-second lead over us right now. We're still in 3rd. John Hunter Nemechek, the pole sitter, in 2nd. On a little bit different pit strategy, we're going to try to get around him. He goes to the bottom, leaving the top open for us to get around him. We're easily going to clear him here before we even get off of turn 2. Now a little less than 3 seconds behind Jeffrey Earnhardt. Jeffrey doesn't have any lap traffic right now, but he will be having some pretty soon. No lap cars currently in between us. That will change here in the coming laps. I might actually be able to get to him and get past him here before he hits the next lap car. It'll be interesting. The brakes there, almost put it in the wall in turns 3 and 4. Wasn't going to run the top, but I saw both of them, both the lap car and Jeffrey Earnhardt moving to the bottom, and just like that, back in the lead. Lead change at the line, but the caution will come out as well just before we got to the line, but still lead change. You saw it happen right there. And that will play varying pit strategies. Everybody else that did not just pit under the green flag conditions will pit now. We'll trap all those faster drivers a lap down, with us staying out like we will right now, of course, because we do not want to pit yet. Especially here at this point in the run. John Hunter Nemechek gained a spot on pit road that time. Green flag is in the air. Once again here at Charlotte, following our 3rd caution of the race. And here we go. How will these old tires last on this restart? We'll just have to see. Jeffrey Earnhardt quickly able to get around John Hunter Nemechek as well as Justin Haley off the restart. We now lead our first lap under green since taking our pit stop. Justin Haley up to 2nd now, passing Jeffrey Earnhardt. We'll see if Haley's got anything for us here to try and take the lead. Here he comes, closing into the back bumper with still 135 laps to go. We're on fresher tires than I am right now, just trying to hold them off for as long as I possibly can. Not going to get too aggressive with the blocks here, so we still have about 5/8 of the race left in this one. At the line that time, Justin Haley just took the lead. Once again here in Charlotte. He clears us off the corner as well as Ryan Seed. We're going to try a crossover move on Sieg as we ran the top. Now moving back to the bottom, we get tight in the middle of the corner. Oh, wow. And John Hunter Nemechek was able to slide under us as we washed up the racetrack. We'll see when the tires might be able to even out here on this run after so long. Ryan Sieg now challenging for the race lead. So this race is looking a lot better than what the last race was at Dover. My settings did change with the update for some reason, but thankfully I was able to figure that out, put them back to where they were originally. It's been a good race so far. So even though I got passed for the lead here a few laps ago, I'm still hanging within contention right now. Still great battle going on between first and second as Justin Haley, it looks like he's barely able to block off each run that Ryan Sieg gets on him as we quickly close in now on John Hunter Nemechek for third. Drove it in very deep into turns 1 and 2 as well now on 3 and 4. A slide job move here by Cole Custer to get to third. Trying to end a 3-race winless streak, which isn't a lot by any means, but we'll just have to see how this one will get on through. Haley ran the bottom as Sieg went to the top that last corner, but with them battling here for first and second. I closed the gap 0.2 of a second that last lap now that I got to third. Both of them run the top side of the track there that time, and I think Ryan Sieg is faster than Justin Haley if he can get around him. They both run the top again. I go up there as well. I didn't run it as well as Ray did though, and he flatlined that lap. Nobody gained on anybody. Side by side for the lead off of turn 2 now. Ryan Sieg to the inside of Justin Haley as they side draft off one another. Can Haley clear him off of turn 4? Not yet. And now finally through the quad oval, Sieg will clear Haley. As we have a new leader for the first time today, Ryan Sieg is in the lead here at Charlotte. As they close the gap another 0.2 of a second that last lap. And so far now on this lap, I am closing the gap even more. 0.3 of a second gain on the race leader. A half-second gain looking in the last 2 laps down to the inside in turns 1 and 2 on Justin Haley. We clear Haley for second off of turn 2. And now going to try to challenge the race leader, Ryan Sieg. Sieg to the top, gives us some room on the bottom as we come off of 4 side by side for the lead. At the line, Ryan Sieg will lead the lap, 125 to go. Driving it in deep in 1 and 2 again. We are going to clear Sieg off of turn 4. Sorry, turn 2. But it is not an official lead change until we get back to the start-finish line. Off of 4, Custer leads. For the third time today, I've taken the lead here at Charlotte. front tire starting to get worn out now, or at least really worn out. Pretty big gap here between third place and fourth place. Gonna make my way onto pit road here pretty soon. It will just be a two-tire stop, but now that I've taken the lead here for a couple laps, slowly pulling away. We'll try to pull away more with a two-tire pit stop. It'll be close to see if we will remain on the lead lap or not. And we are going to be very close, but a little bit of strategy again.
You're gonna blow the tires, dude.
We're going to be one lap short as far as our strategy goes, at least for the time being, but we're taking two tires instead of four here for that reason.
Back it down, back it down.
Onto pit road, no speeding penalty issued, 44 miles an hour as we get down onto there. Two-tire pit stop, right sides only. Left front still at 41%, so see how long we can run here with this two-tire stop. So there goes Segan Haley. We are a lap down currently. We're just getting back onto the racing surface, but we do have to get back up to speed, of course. Stop. Only the top six were able to pass us.
You're clear. Stay low, stay low. Got one on top. You're clear all around there.
So only taking two tires did loosen the car up a little bit more. It's going to make it a little faster than what it was, though.
Careful, still there. All right, you're good.
Race leaders now in the midst of lap traffic.
Still there.
Gonna get around Justin Allgaier. And that currently makes us the first driver one lap down. Or sorry, no, Michael Annette is still the first driver one lap down. He's got Brandon Brown in between me and him, though. With Haley and Seed battling for the lead once again, of course, Michael Annette. So now we're going to get around Brown. Took me about a half a lap, but we did get around him. No, 3.5 seconds in between me and Timmy Hill, but there we go. So now we are in the free pass position with 117 to go. Oh, not for long though, and that's going to pass us back. Jeff Green, the lap car, kind of got in our way. Now we got to get back around Michael Annette once again. Both of us really closing the gap here, though. As far as just trying to get back on the lead lap in general, but us battling with each other could allow the leaders to pull ahead a little bit. Got back around him for the time being as we clear him off of turn 2. We got around the lap cars a little bit better in the process that time than what we did a couple laps prior. Haley running down Ryan Sieg. At least for the moment, Haley held up by a lap car there of Austin Hill. As we now try to get our lap back on Ryan Sieg as we go to the top side of the track. Sieg ran the middle. We clear Sieg off of turn 2 and we are back in the lead lap here at Charlotte. Back in the lead lap, just past Sadler now for 23rd on the racetrack. So the idea for us now right here is for the next stop, we're going to take 4 tires because we took 2 on the last stop. The pit stops that we have serviced were under green, but we have not only remained on the lead lap the majority of that time, we never got caught a lap down, so far this strategy is working despite the fact we've had 3 cautions. We just were spaced out perfectly that never had an issue. In fact, the first 2 cautions of the race came out before we even had our first pit stop, so that worked out. Strategy seems to be the name of the game in racing. It's a big part of racing. A lot of people that don't watch auto racing, they don't really know how much that really plays a factor into things. A lot is in the driver's hands. Obviously, everything on track is in the driver's hands, but it's what makes it a team effort with the strategy involved between the crew chief and the driver himself, and even the spotter for that matter, all talking into each other's ears. Sometimes the owner will get on there. Any source of motivation that we can use is beneficial. Not that these guys aren't motivated enough as it is, but there's extra motivation. Almost halfway home here, 109 to go in this 200 lap race. Late decision to go to the bottom there of Zane Smith. He's going to run the top side. Saw Smith ran the top and got out of the gas a little sooner so I can drive it down to the bottom and pass him. One of these guys just in protection mode right now. Back into the top 10 now in the 10th position, but still about a half track behind the race leader, Justin Haley. Right now, Custer is in 6th. Actually gaining quite a bit on Justin Haley. Haley has been in a lot of lap traffic here the last 5 or so laps. We're going to get around Gregson around the outside here, carry that straightaway speed down. Christopher Bell having a rough day. A lap down in 30th right now. And closing in now on John Hunter Nemechek. The pole sitter is now going to fall back to 5th. Brandon Brown having a pretty solid day in 3rd. Still not quite halfway though. A lot of racing yet to go. To hit the brakes there to really get the car to turn. Keep from running into the side of those lap cars, especially in the middle of the corner. Didn't want to cause a big wreck. Going to get around Brandon Brown and clear before we get into turn 1. We are now up to 3rd and gaining fast on Ryan Sieg for 2nd and Justin Haley, who is not that much further ahead of him in the lead. We are getting through this lap traffic 10 times better than everybody else, and again, here we go. Well, Tyler Reddick trying to track to get his lap back, as well as Justin Allgaier. Very close to doing so. Stephen Light has just gone a lap down. Only the top 18 on the lead lap as I run the top side here. So does Haley. And here we go now to the inside of Justin Haley, side by side for the lead into turn 3 with the cross flags in the air, 100 laps to go. And the lead change as we take the lead again here at Charlotte, at least for a short while, with 99 laps to go, our 4th lead of the race. We'll now try to put some more drivers a lap down. But because of only taking right side tires, we are going to have to pit here very soon to get those left side tires off of the car. We'll have 4 fresh tires on this thing. And hopefully for our sake we don't fall a lap down and get trapped a lap down with a caution. But again, the cautions have fallen in our favor so far. Out of the 3 that we have had, I mean, it'd be perfect if we got a caution right now. I'm going to try to stay out one more lap. 97 laps to go, going to pit for 4 fresh tires this time by. Oh man, into the back of Austin Hill a little bit there.
You're wearing those tires down, driver.
Going to back off with the throttle on the brakes now.
You're going too fast.
And on to pit road we go at 44 miles an hour once again. Perfect timing here to come down onto pit road. Green flag pit stops for the 3rd time today. Past the halfway point, we are getting towards the, I guess, end of this one. So we are truly only about 40 minutes away from the finish, which will fly by with the great action we have had so far. It has been an intriguing race. I battled back and forward multiple times here, so we're likely going to fall a lap down here with pitting a little earlier than the rest of the field. We get right back onto the track, so yes, we are a lap down. Hopefully we don't get stuck a lap down. And hopefully we can stay green for everybody to cycle through here on pit road. We're going to be a lot faster than the rest of these guys as well here until everybody else pits. And if they pit pretty soon, then the rules will not be reversed as far as them being a lot faster than me. But if we get at least 10 laps or so into this run, they're going to become a lot faster than I am. Jeffrey Earnhardt is in 6th place right now, and he is about a half track behind the race leader Justin Haley, despite Haley being in a lot of lap traffic. Just zooming by right now, good time to really try to get some time trial laps in. Right up against the wall here in turns 1 and 2. Ran the bottom for the majority of this race, but again, I can run the top. We have some of the leaders coming down onto pit road right now. Not all of them, but some of them. Four drivers onto pit road here this time by. And Justin Haley on some of those drivers are staying out. Probably wants to try to trap me a lap down if he can, but I just don't think it's going to work. Haley is coming now onto pit road. Man, I was so close to the wall there in 3 and 4. Did not hit it though. We have not gotten our lap back yet. And now we have, as we clear the race leader, the new race leader that is, Ryan Sieg, off of turn 2. And now I would imagine Sieg is going to come onto pit road this time. Nope, he runs the top. He's going to stay out at least one more lap. Haley's still on pit road. We're going to get by him. So if the caution comes out, we will not get trapped a lap down. Still have one more driver yet to pit, and that is Jeremy Clemens, who is very, very slow compared to me right now, and we have just cleared him off of turn 2, and there actually might be a problem. He might be out of fuel, because he was very slow and fell about 3 seconds back just from the time he passed him in the 3/4 of a lap. It took for him to get onto pit road now. Haley has taken over second place here as we're about to cycle all the way through these pits. Jeffrey Earnhardt trying to get back up to speed right now, but currently he is a lap down.
Still there inside. Looking inside now. All right, you're clear.
That does not leave a lot of drivers on the lead lap. In fact, only 6, as caution will fly for the 4th time now in this race. So we have just hit our 4th caution, as everybody has already cycled through the pits. So you will not see a lot of drivers pitting this time. Currently only one driver is DNF'd, and that is Gray Gaulding. 91 laps down as he DNF'd after our 2nd caution of the race. So we're going to obviously stay out here so we can still take 4 fresh tires one more time and take 2 tires one more time in this race. About to go green here. We are going to have 82 laps to go here at Charlotte.
We're going green. Be ready here.
And the green flag back in the air. Charlotte Motor Speedway.
You're clear.
The oval race, that is. 2 drivers are now out of this race after that last caution. Not sure who brought it out, but we will find out sooner rather than later when the time comes. Pretty good jump off the restart though here on Justin Haley. And Haley is able to fend off John Hunter Nemechek, who we know has at least a good couple laps speed off a restart due to him starting on the pole. And I'm sure he's worked on his car in the start of the race because he was fading back towards the back half of the top 10 at one point. Quickly after that start. But now as we've gotten in right here, it'll kind of pay off to that caution coming into some of these guys' favor. 7 drivers on the lead lap now as John Hunter Nemechek got the free pass. Or sorry, Jeffrey Earnhardt got the free pass under that last caution. So the next time I do have to come down onto pit road, I am going to take 2 tires once again. And save the 4 fresh Goodyears for the very end of the race. So a little bit older tires than the rest of the field, but it's less than 5 laps really. It's about 6 laps of Ryan Sieg, who is now in 2nd. But as far as Justin Haley's considered, only got about 4 lap fresher tires than him. Jeremy Clements was the last driver to pit and has the freshest tires in the field, but he was caught a lap down after staying out a little later than probably he would have expected. He was hoping for that caution that we did get, but it was a couple laps after everybody had cycled through. So now, even with Ryan Sieg in 2nd, we're basically flatlining. If not, I am pulling away just a little bit, about a half a tenth a lap at the most, but for the most part, we are pretty even. We will take our version of the NASCAR Fox, crank it up right now. Here we go. A little bit of a broadcast break in the process here. Coming up at least in a couple laps. see right around. There are some bumps on this racetrack, and when I ride with this in-car cam here, especially in the daytime, it reminds me of when I was at the NASCAR Hall of Fame when they had the iRacing, or the virtual cars, I guess, that you could end up riding in. And we were at Charlotte Motor Speedway because I was at the Rover race earlier this year in the playoffs. So my first time there. I'll be back for the Coca-Cola 600 at some point in time. Here we are riding around in the hood cam at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Some pretty good racing going on so far. A strategy race for the most part here. We've got a 6-second lead, but gonna have to take a 2-tire pit stop here in the next 10 to 15 laps. And hopefully this stretches out perfectly to the point where I can make it with a 4-tire stop here with 40 laps to go. Would be the perfect timing. But we'll have to see how that will play out. We might need another caution to help get us here. We've had 4 cautions so far today, and they've all played out to our favor as we are in the lead currently, so obviously the 4 cautions came out at opportunistic times for us to capitalize on our strategy to its fullest potential. Now to the front bumper cam for the final time today. This camera where it feels like it was just glued to the racetrack. Almost like the digger cam that NASCAR used to have on cars. Like in the early car tomorrow days. On a 9-second lead here, 67 laps to go at Charlotte. Closing in on about a half hour away from the finish. Just now getting into the lap traffic here and into the dirty air in the back of this pack. Getting around these back mounted cars. See me zigzagging on the top and bottom here for the most part. caution is out now for the 5th time today, and that is not a good time for me to have a caution. And it was kind of our fault. Not gonna lie. Was hoping to save that there, just kind of hit the wall. Became slower on speed despite making the save, but it wasn't a complete save. We're gonna pit, obviously. We're gonna take right side tires here. We've obviously got damage on the car, but we'll see how this is gonna pay off now. Jeffrey Earnhardt, the only driver to stay out of the pits under that caution.
Be ready here.
Green flag back in the air in Charlotte. Following caution number 5, Jeffrey Earnhardt leads us back to the green. 61 laps to go in the race. We run 54 laps on a full tank of fuel here at Charlotte. So we're still outside the pit window to make it to the end. Earnhardt holding up the inside line coming off of turn 2 as we're going to take the race lead into turn 3, at least for right now. Again, we took a 2-tire stop. Everybody else took 4 tires behind us. And we'll see if we're going to be able to hold them off as we take the lead now for the 5th time today here at Charlotte. Can these tires last for about the next 20 laps to get me to within range that I can make it on 4 fresh tires to the end? Again, everybody has to pit one more time. Some drivers still have an extra set of 4 fresh tires. In fact, most drivers still have 4 fresh tires to the end. And some of them still have 2. Huge block there down the back straightaway on Ryan Sieg, who was coming hard after running the top side in turns 1 and 2. He goes back to the bottom again. Picks the wrong line, but just a pack of hungry drivers are coming. Ryan Sieg has just taken the race lead away, 57 laps to go. Down to the bottom, driving it deep now to get right back alongside of him. We're side by side for the lead now out of turn 2. Trying to stay on his corner panel, get the side draft, which I do now, entering turns 3 and 4, driving it in deep again. Oh, up close, contact. What a save! It slowed both of us down. We both made a great save there as I kind of pushed the limit a little too hard. Justin Haley led the lap. It was a lead change again. And we'll see if we can get Haley back. Driving it in deep into turns 3 and 4 again, trying to get it to stick. Sticks a lot better than what he did the lap prior, but here comes Sieg right back on our bumper. He was not happy about that move I made, despite the fact it cost us both a chance at the lead. Driving it in deep here in turns 1 and 2. Got it to stick even better than what I have them in 3 and 4. Way down to the bottom of the track now, trying to keep the 11 from side drafting off of us. And now side by side. Once again, Haley leads. Look at this. What a battle going on here for the lead. Still side by side off of turn 2. Way down to the bottom again, trying to break the draft. Now to the top to block before we get into turns 3 and 4. Haley with a crossover move to the bottom. Does he have enough momentum to get there? No, he does not. But he does close into that bumper. Sieg down to the bottom. He's looking for second on Justin Haley. New leader here for the 6th time today. It's Cole Custer. As all these lead lap drivers have really pulled away from the lap traffic. A lot of drivers stayed out that last time to take the wave around and get back on the lead lap. And that's why you're seeing such a separation here between the top 7 on back. If a caution comes out now, everybody will make it to the end on fuel. Again, the cautions have worked out in my favor so far of the 5 we have had. I did not want another caution in this race, though. Because I will likely have to stay out if we get another caution, because I don't think the tires are going to last the rest of the way. And that will force me to have to stay out here and then pit under green eventually. I obviously don't want to do that. "50 laps to go. We are now 3/4 of the way through the race. And pulling away from Justin Haley after a great battle for the lead with him here a few laps ago. We're quickly out to a 2-second advantage over second with Ryan Sieg challenging him now. And he has been here pretty much since we got around Haley for the lead. It was a 3-car battle about 5 laps ago for the lead. It is now just a single driver pulling away. And we'll now enter lap traffic here in the next few laps. Four-second lead now on Haley, entering turn 3. Gonna catch the lap traffic here next lap. Gonna split the middle here through the lap traffic. Had a little bit of a loose moment off of turn 2, just trying to keep it off of everybody. He was able to do so. Left front tire down to 18% right now. That may be causing the race car to get as loose as it is. Still not to where I want to be. I want to be 40 laps out at least. Reddick will go a lap down now. So yes, 7 drivers on the lead lap currently. Oh, slight contact with Jeffrey Earnhardt. 45 laps to go.
You're all clear up top there.
Through the quad ovals, we ran the top side of the track. And we have a caution. With 44 laps to go, we have our 6th caution of the race. And if I pit now, I don't think I'm gonna make it. I just don't think I can make it. We're gonna stay out of the pits for the time being. It is definitely a strategy race at this point. We're gonna have to pit under green pretty soon. They're likely gonna blow around us, but we're gonna try to hang on as long as we can here. And here we go again. Green flag back in the air at Charlotte. 40 laps to go. We wasted 4 laps under caution. And we'll see if we stay green to the finish, or if we might get a 7th caution in this race. The 7th caution might even help us. We might pit under that next caution. Pretty good jump on the restart here despite having older tires, but that will only last for so long here before everybody else is going to try to charge hard. We get back up to speed like we are right now, and things might change. 13% tire wear left on the left front yet. Justin Haley in second, trying to close the gap. He's going to put pressure on me and try to get around me as soon as possible. It's going to give me the freshest tires in the field as well here if we can hold on here for as long as possible before we pit. Haley coming on strong. He ran the top side through 3 and 4. And now back to the top again goes Haley. We're on the bottom trying to protect, but Haley's going to have so much more straightaway speed here. For about the last lap and a half. Now he tries the bottom. But we're already there to block him, so he's not going to get around us. We've like 3 green flag laps here off this restart now. Which is pretty amazing. Nobody was able to take the wave around that time either with me pitting again, or not pitting under that caution again. Haley back to the top as we run the bottom. Haley's going to get a lot of speed here through the quad oval. Here comes Justin Haley. Haley to the top again. We're on the bottom. Just doing a great job holding on to the lead right now. Haley's obviously been charging along hard. We make our first mistake, and that's going to allow Haley to get to the inside. Side by side for the lead. Oh, door to door. Haley's going to lead the side draft. And now we're on the top side. And hanging right with Justin Haley. Down the back straightaway. He has not cleared us. Now we get a big side draft off of him. Into 3 and 4. Not giving up the battle, not giving up the fight. Still side by side off of 4. Corner panel to corner panel. Haley leads the lap by inches again, but now we got the nose out in front as we enter into turns 1 and 2. What a battle for the lead going on right now. Off of turn 2, Haley's got the nose on in front, but he can't clear again. Still side by side into turns 3 and 4 again. Really trying to pinch him down on the racetrack. This might allow Ryan Sieg to catch up. And now we lead the lap as we beat him back to the line and clear Justin Haley into turn 1. Wow. Showing great speed here out of this Ford GT Mustang. What a battle going on currently.
See if we can manage our tire wear a little, all right?
And we will bring it onto pit road here as we were able to hold on to the lead.
Back it down, back it down.
On to pit road, here we go. 4 fresh tires, 3/4 of a tank of fuel will be enough to fill it up to the end. In fact, we will take only 1/4 of a tank of fuel to try and save it every time we can. It'll still give us 5 laps to the good on fuel. If we go to overtime, we'll be close, but we'll hope for the best. So here come the leaders right now. We're going to go a lap down, but again, we have 4 fresh tires. This is going to be close. I felt like this is the best opportunity to try to end the winless streak. We are going to have to gain quite a bit of ground, though. But we will be the fastest driver on the track with about 10 laps fresher tires. Have to pass the field twice, though. This is going to be an interesting last 30 laps or so. We have exactly 30 laps to go as Haley got to the line that time. We're trying to get back up to speed, of course. Everybody's good on fuel to the end now. Tires, I know I'm good. We'll see if everybody else will be. This is only gonna have a chance to work if we stay green. We still have some drivers in the field that can still pit for tires. Not a lot of them, only about seven drivers, but all of which are a lap down, so it would take a lot for them to get back into this, and there is trouble up ahead. Caution, and we are caught a lap down as we get our 7th caution of the race. If we could have pitted just a little bit later. Caution is out with 30 laps to go. And that is not in our favor. So the last 2 cautions have come back to bite us. We'll restart 21st.
We're going green.
I mean, we'll be closer to the leader, I guess, but we'll have to see. I don't know.
Hold your line, got one inside.
Caution's just going to bunch the field back up, though, which is not what I wanted. I needed it to stay green.
Got one down low now. Hold your line there. Hold the road.
Really trying to get around these guys, of course, quickly.
You got room, you're clear there.
Well, kind of risky, of course. We're the first driver 1 lap down and 13th currently, but
You're clear all around there.
we'll have to see if this is going to work. Four fresh tires here by about 10 laps on everybody else.
You got room, you're clear there.
Plus, I've got the better long-run car of anybody else in the field.
Got one peeking inside.
A little tight off of turn 4. Still stuck in traffic. Once I get that clean air, I'm going to have so much more of an advantage.
Careful, still there.
Oh, Brandon Brown taking my line away. 3 wide up through the middle, though, just to get around him.
Clear eye, clear eye.
Side by side for the lead as well. I'm in front. Ryan Sieg and Haley. Sieg lost all of his momentum, though. He couldn't keep up with him. But now I get alongside of Haley. We're going to clear Haley off of 4, and we're back on the lead lap and in 8th place. Ross Chastain, the first driver a lap down. 22 laps to go now to try and catch the race leader again. On fresher tires. Will we have enough time? We got the clean air. We'll just have to wait and see. "30 seconds back. And once the leaders catch lap traffic, now I'm going to catch the lap traffic before then, but I can get through it a lot better than them, and they get held up quite a bit. This race is not over by any means. We'll even see just with me having the clean air versus everyone else. Cleaner air than the race leader. 28.3 seconds back at the start-finish line that time. Now if we get a caution, we're really back into this. Getting 1.4 seconds at last lap. We are running very fast. At that pace, it is going to be close. We could probably get to Haley, but do we have enough time to get around him? And just the way the strategy has played out from the start of this race made what a possible finish that this could be and probably will be so interesting, and we're actually going to get to see how this is going to play off with the way the cautions have played out. I mean, that alone is just pretty amazing. New leader, Tyler Reddick. At the start-finish line, too. It's a lead change late in the race. Tyler Reddick is now up to second. Out of nowhere. Was a lap down, got the free pass under that last caution, and that might be enough to get Reddick possibly the race win. He has driven through the field like I did, but he was on the lead lap and I was not, and if Reddick can actually pull away, we're still faster than Tyler Reddick, but we're not as, we're less faster than Reddick than what we were faster than Haley.
You're all clear on the bottom end.
Again, we'll just have to wait and see how this plays out.
Inside.
To the top there, late decision. Had to tap the brakes a couple times. Again, we've got the controller here in this race, but we'll just have to see how this plays out. About a half track behind Tyler Reddick. In 8th, last driver on the lead lap. I know for a fact we're going to get to the top 5. I'm probably going to get to the top 3 for sure if we stay green. Caution will be our best chance, but not saying it's over if we don't get one. $13 laps to go. 13 to go. About 16 seconds back when we were at the start-finish line. We are trending in the right direction, but we're still a little bit behind pace.
Still there? All right, you're clear.
I want it to be under a second a lap, at least.
You're clear. You got it, you're clear.
Wow, really caught behind these lap cars now.
Still there.
Had to get on the brakes there in turns 1 and 2. Just really caught him in a bad spot. We've got the speed to get around him though. And cleared him here in the middle of turns 3 and 4, but that wasted about a half lap. Reddick still has not caught the lap traffic yet either. He will, but it'll be very late in this race when he does, as we have 11 to go already. As we're already really late in this race. Probably going to get around Michael and Nat here in about another lap or two. Start to at least catch up to these guys that are on the lead lap.
Still there.
78 car there. Of Vinnie Miller in a bad spot. Coming off of turn 4, had to get out of the gas so I didn't run into the side of him.
Still there. Clear high, bud.
The 7th place driver now, Michael Annette, just in front of us. Off of 4, we're side by side. We'll get around Annette. We're up to 7. 9 laps to go. To the outside of a driver a lap down, Jeffrey Earnhardt in 12th. About a quarter of a track behind Tyler Reddick. He's just going into 3 as we are coming off of 2. Man, this is going to be close. 8 laps to go. On the brakes. Late move to go to the top. I was going to go to the bottom, but Nemechek was there. We got around him, though. Lap cars might try to get out of the way, but these lead lap cars are not. They're trying to hold on for every position they can. Now to the outside of Gregson for 5th. Brandon Brown just ahead. We'll get around him quickly for 4th. So we're up to 4th with 7 laps to go at the line. We've got a chance to catch Reddick. Reddick caught in heavy lap traffic. Here's Allgaier. We'll go to the outside of Allgaier. Reddick still caught in heavy lap traffic. We are coming. 6 laps to go. Man, my heart is racing right now. We actually have a chance. Despite falling a lap down, can we come from behind to win? Christopher Bell kind of got in our way that time. Reddick has gotten through the lap cars he needed to. Now we have to get through those same lap cars. Closing in on Ryan C. We'll get around him. Now gaining on Justin Haley, but the lap car is in both of our way. Oh man. Treacherous situation there. We got around, a little bit of a moment. Loose off of turn 2. We're pushing it hard. We're up to 2nd. Sieg has followed in now into 3rd. Where to pick the lane. Sadler runs the middle. We go to the bottom. Trying to get around him. 4 laps to go. For Tyler Reddick. He's got a 3-second lead with 4 to go. Again, 10 lap pressure tires. Oh man, to the outside. I ran the middle and about ran into the back of the lap car. This closing rate we've got too is pretty immense. Reddick is within sight, but he doesn't have any lap cars currently in front of him at the moment. Couple lap cars in between us, 3 to go. A little less than 4.5 miles away from victory for either Tyler Reddick or Cole Custer, and now 2 lap cars get in the way. No more lap cars in between us on the 4. 2 laps to go at the line. 1 second lead for Tyler Reddick. We are gaining fast, driving it deep here into turns 1 and 2. Reddick is just in front of us. He gets picked by the led car of Gralla, his teammate of all people. And we clear him going into turn 3. A lead change at the start-finish line. White flag in the air. 1 lap to go for Cole Custer. We timed it perfect. And the strategy race pays off in our favor in dramatic fashion. Unbelievable. Cole Custer off of turn 4 for the final time. Comes from being caught a lap down with 40 to go to win the race here at Charlotte. A lap down with 40 to go, and the pit strategy pays off enough to win the race. Here for Stuart Haas Racing. Man. What a burnout on top of it. "101 minutes, that is a grand total time of 1 hour, 41 minutes from the start of the race to the finish. Only 8 drivers finished on the lead lap. Tyler Reddick was so close to winning. And we move up to 3rd now in the regular season title, moving past Tyler Reddick with that win. Sorry, we were already 3rd. We're further ahead of Tyler Reddick. That's Cole Custer's 5th win of the season. And we are now 30 points behind Chase Briscoe, so we are finally within a race of the leader in the point standings. Gregson only 6 points behind him. And there's Cole Custer here in victory lane. Michael Annett at the fastest lap of the race at 30.031. That's a blazing fast lap here in this race. That's qualifying level for the Xfinity Series. I led the most laps, 90 laps led. Again, started at the rear. Fell a lap down even late in the race and still came back to win it, taking the lead coming to the white flag. That is going to be it here for this one, folks. Thanks for watching here throughout, and I'll see you in the next video. Which will be the Pocono Green 250 at Pocono. That will not be a live stream. That will be uploaded probably tomorrow morning. And that's going to be it. So long. Thanks for watching.